What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope all is well. You know, this Colorado stuff, and I remember when I first started following it, on YouTube or whatnot. It was when Coach Prime took the job over at Jackson State. And since he took over the job at Jackson State, the media has been on him ever since. Ever since his second season at Jackson State. The first season was abbreviated due to the vid. But ever since his second season, leading into his last season at Jackson State, the media has been on him. Game day has been there, the media attention. And then when he announced that he was taking over the job at Colorado, then I said, I'm going to start vlogging on it immediately. Because I'm capturing a moment in time where this historical sports figure is now coaching a Power 5 team. And how is all this working? You ever thought about that? Like, why is so much media attention surrounding him? It all has to do with that camera. That camera of Deion Sanders Jr., aka Bucky. And also Darius Sanders, no relation, but Darius Sanders. He has a page called Reach the People Media. And then also Uncle Neely. He has the pregame show. But it's through that what started it all was Deion Sanders Jr., Bucky. He started this all like years ago when he was following Shador and Shiloh when they were playing football in high school. And he had the camera going around and things like that. That was like more than 5 years ago. But leading up to now, it has gotten bigger and bigger every year that he was documenting his little brothers climb up the football ladder. And I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, why is all this working? It's because of Bucky. That's what it is. It's the camera. And he has it in first person. And the first person makes you feel like you're a part of the team. And it makes you feel like you're a part of the team, and he's leaving you wanting more and more. And I'm telling you, this media attention hasn't died down. I mean, they won 4 games last year, and the media is still talking about them. It's because of that camera. And before I continue, I just want to give this page a shout out here. It's called Undisputed Buffs. Okay, I'm going to leave it in the back here. As you see, Undisputed Buffs. They have 819 subscribers. Make sure you guys go over there and get them over 1,000. This interview, this what was inspired this video. Deion, it says here, Deion Bucky Sanders Jr. talks Colorado football, 2023 season, plus Coach Prime, plus well-off media with us. This was the most in-depth interview that Bucky has ever given. Bucky has given interviews in the past, but not like this. He was really candid. And I give them a shout out because they did a really good job just talking to him. It was like a panel interview, but they were just talking about a lot of things. And Bucky explained how he goes about filming. He said, he's looking for people because he's going to need more cameramen, because when Shador and Shiloh go off to the NFL and Travis, you would think he's going to want people to document that as well. He can't be in multiple places at one time. He still has to document what's going on at Colorado, right? And but he was just talking about the way he go about it, and you got to understand it. Like, you just can't put anything out on the team, because you got to watch what they say and things like that, because this team is such under the microscope that he really has to watch what he puts out. He wants to put out more, but he can't. And I understand that, because the media scrutiny will be heavy on these players. The media scrutiny is already heavy. Just imagine if he put out, just for example, he had put out a video. It was just an innocent video of Trevor Woods at this team home stadium. And the media went crazy over that. It was like poster board video for the other team now. And it really wasn't meant. Trevor Woods really, it didn't really, he didn't, well, how can I say this? It really wasn't a big deal, but the media just took it and ran with it. And so he talked about that, and he talked about he wanted in first person because he wants the viewer to feel like they're a part of the team. He wants you to go about his daily schedule and you feel like you're following him. And I do. I said it many times before that you feel like you're following him, and that's what's making this work. Yes, his father is, he has the name. He's been famous since he went to Florida State. He played baseball and he got drafted to the Yankees. And I think he got drafted to the Yankees the Yankees, and, his play at Florida State leading up to the draft. So he has been famous. His name has been out there. That's a part of it. That's a major part of it, right? His dad. But it's that camera going with, the daily. They let you into their life. You see the daily happenings of the team. You saw when he first went and met with the team up at Boulder for the first time. Bucky had the camera going. You felt like you were there with them. Even when Coach Prime was going around the stadium for the first time just to check things out, we got a chance to see that. We got a chance to see him address Jackson State for the last time, letting them know that he took the job over at Colorado. All of this is the reason why this media is there. And it's why people are wanting to see more. And it's a unique kind of experience that we have never experienced before with other teams. I mean, sure, HBO, I believe it was HBO, had Hard Knocks. It's kind of like Hard Knocks, but it's, let me see. What he's doing is kind of like Hard Knocks, but it's different. It's a reality show. Basically, he turned this into a reality show. He did. And then also they have the documentary and things like that. But they use a lot of Bucky's footage as well. But he is the mastermind by all of this. He's the mastermind. He's the one that's making this go. He's the heart of this. And his camera footage is needed. You feel like you get close to some of the players. I know a lot of people like Kermani McLean. He's a fan favorite. And a few others like Rock, Tyler Johnson. I mean, a lot of these players is because what you see on Well Off Media leading up to the training camp. And I had said before, after last season, this is not going to die down because I know how it was at Jackson State after the season. Then you follow them in their off season. And they give you a glimpse into their life a little bit. We saw Shador and them on the slopes and stuff like that, bonding with the new offensive line. And I'm just like, man, all of this is needed. And another thing that Bucky said, and somebody mentioned this to me on a live chat one time, like, how are you able to use his footage? I said, he doesn't copy. He doesn't ding anybody. He lets people do their thing. He lets people eat. And he mentioned it. He said, yeah, I could do that. But he said, I want people to eat. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he's being blessed. That's exactly why this is it's just everything is just perfect. In my opinion. No, he doesn't ding anybody. As long as you're not talking reckless or anything like that. But he for the most part, he knows what people are doing. He keeps his eye to the streets. He watches, the YouTube streets. He watches, and he said his dad watches well. I'm sure they do. Because if their name is in the title, they want to know what's being said about them. And so I was like, yeah, he doesn't ding anybody for the content and stuff like that. And I'm really appreciative of it because he could. He actually could if he wanted to. But he said, no, I don't ding anybody because I want people to eat. But that's all a part of the plan, though. Because if people are talking about you, it's only going to bring attention his way, even though he has a lot of attention now. But it's almost like a lot of these pages are small pockets of media on YouTube that is benefiting them without them even doing anything. So his whole method to his madness is calculated. This was all calculated. And this has been a long grind for over 5 years. This wasn't a overnight success. It wasn't. He put in a lot of work. He put in a lot of grind. A lot of people say, well, his camera presentation is not what do you call it? It's not professional. It doesn't have to be. First person, you feel like you're a part of the team. The way the camera shakes and stuff, you feel like you're walking with them. Even when he showed the behind the scenes footage leading up to the game, everything is needed. So with that being said, he also said a few things. He said Coach Prime, he would like to say certain things, but he can't. Why? Because he's the head coach and he has all this media attention. He's high profile. And he said the same thing about Shador. He said Shador wants to put out music, but he's not going to put it out because you can't have Shador talking crazy because he's a quarterback. He has to keep a clean image. So you see the training that their dad has already given to them. The dad already gave them the game already, as you could see. And they know certain things that's just a part of being who they are. The media scrutiny, people saying things about them. It's just a part of it. It's just a part of the lifestyle that they were born into. They were born into it. So I thought it was really in depth. It was a lot of, I'm not going to give it all away. You guys, I'll leave the link in the description so you can take a look at it. Undisputed Buffs. I subscribed to him. It was really good interview, man. It was an impromptu interview because Bucky just showed up. And I told people, you never know. You could be on a live chat talking about Colorado and then Bucky just show up. A few times on my live chat, one of the players showed up and one of the players' mother showed up. Parents showed up. So you never know who's watching. And people they're human just like everybody else. It's just that they have a lot of attention on them. But man, it's just awesome to see. And he's reaping the benefits of a long, many years of grinding and hard work. I don't think these guys ever take a break. I know in the off season, Darius took a little bit of time off because I think he was finishing some classes. But for the most part, that camera is rolling. Every day there's some content coming out. And if it goes a couple days and there's no content, people are going to say something like, damn, why can't we get a well-off media video? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But as far as, he said that, Coach Prime keeping his ear to certain YouTube videos, he said he actually does. He watches. And I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised that he do watch. I'm not surprised by it. But as far as what other news is going on, I was just looking at scanning the news and stuff like that. There's no defensive coordinator yet, but I'm not too worried about the defensive coordinator because I'm not worried about it too much. I think whoever Coach Prime select as the defensive coordinator will be the right fit. So that in time, but they have a lot of time in between to select, because the team is just in, they're just in what you call it, winter conditioning right now. They have some time to get things in order as far as the defensive coordinator is concerned. So, but all in all, I like what's going on. Like I said, this was a very in-depth interview. I want you guys to check it out. And so, yeah, man, definitely check that out. But like I said, I really like what they're doing with the camera. Everything is up right now, and it's going to continue. Each year is going to build upon the last year. And so, yeah, man, I really like where this team is headed. And I like how Coach Prime has embraced social media. And especially that I like what they did recently in training, with the Marines. I think that bring a sense of togetherness with the team. It lets them know that they have to be together, to win. They have to be one cohesive unit, and they have to hold each other accountable. They have to pick each other up. If you see one man with his head down, tilt his head up and tell him to keep pushing. You got to be this one cohesive unit, and consistency is everything. And with Bucky with the camera, he's been consistent. Consistency pays off, especially if you keep grinding, man. And grinding when nobody is looking. Success pays off eventually, and that's what's happening. This team is going to reap the benefits of that. And I like that a lot of the new players are embracing what Bucky is doing. You even see Kermani coming into his own, talking in front of the camera and stuff like that, giving his opinion stuff and really being vocal. He's just growing, and you're seeing a lot of these people grow up right before your eyes. Can you imagine how big it's going to be after the season when a lot of these players are preparing for the draft, preparing for senior day, preparing? Some of them more than likely will be in the NFL Combine. I would think Travis, Shador, and people like that, maybe Shiloh. And then leading up to draft day, it's only going to get bigger. And all they have to do is win. That's all they have to do right now is win. And it's just going to go over the roof. It's going to go over the top. Let me just put this out there. Could you just imagine for a second them making the playoffs? Are you kidding me? Making the playoffs. Bucky said it. He said he was talking to Shador about it. He said, could you imagine we make the playoffs and they put his heads up with Oregon? Could you imagine? The media will be all over it, man. It'll be the biggest thing in a while, man. It'll be the stadium. First of all, that stadium will be sold out. The merch will be sold out through the roof. It'll just be crazy. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say there. I want to take this time to say thanks, you guys, for listening, tuning in like that. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, we definitely going to come back with another one. All right, y'all. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.